Hello there, it's Rida from Honeydew Journal. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. This is the place where we all get creative together. In this video, I'm going to be setting up my September 2024 monthly spreads. I've chosen a taupe and greige color palette for this month because my theme for September is mushrooms. I've chosen this theme particularly for September because there's mostly rainy in August here in Pakistan because of monsoon, and mushrooms tend to appear after the ground gets soggy and wet. As we all know, fungi thrives in moist environments. I like having mushrooms in my Alfredo pasta and soup, especially the shiitake and cremini mushrooms. What about you people? Tell me in the comments down below. This month I tried a new journal which I recently bought from a local store near my house. I kept a very simple quote page this time and wrote the month's name in curved shape, symbolizing the head top of the mushrooms. The quote I've used this time is "Nature alone is an antique, and the oldest art a mushroom." I really like this quote, praising the nature for its creation. For hand lettering, I used Sakura Pigma fine brush pen, and for outlinings, I used 05 nib size from the Microns. I used mustard shade from Tombow Dual Brush Pen's Celebration Pack of 10 to highlight the letters. This time, I used a very simple font for calligraphy. Didn't go for any specific font, I just did what I felt like. Instead of just using Crayola Super Tips for coloring this time, I took a shift to my other pens, which includes Zebra Mine Liners, Staedtler Fiber Tips, Tombow Dual Brush Pens, and M&G Watercolor Brush Pens. The colors I used to create this color palette are mild vermilion, mild gold, green, Dyke Brown, light orange, mustard, and flesh. I used freehand to stretch straight lines for my calendar and meticulously outlined every detail on my mushroom doodles. Hand lettered all days of week in abbreviation at the end just to complete the entire spread's look. My most favorite spread for September 2024 is the month's calendar spread. I doodled 5 mushrooms in these sheets. 4 of them are in pairs on left sheet and 1 on the right side of the spread. To create a beautiful effect, I designed leafy vines around them, which turned out quite beautiful. I designed my calendar spread in such a way that it would cover up plenty of space and still leave areas for the mushroom doodles around it. I placed 3 columns on the left sheet and 4 on the right sheet. Each column represented each day of the week, and arranged 4 rows on left sheet and 5 rows on the right sheet. Here, number of rows denote the number of weeks in the month of September. Each box represents each day of the month and has the same square shape with dimensions of 2 by 2 centimeters. I highlighted the top row of each week with green and mild gold colors, to give the spreads a lively appearance. I'm almost done with my calendar spread, just giving it the final touches. Now, moving on to the mood tracker for this month. I always start up with coloring everything so that you and I both can have an idea of what are we gonna create. Although I have already traced everything in pencil in order to avoid any stupid mistakes. For this spread, I colored everything except for the gills of the mushrooms and few leaves from the vines. Well, that's because I numbered them to keep track of my mood on those respective dates of the month. According to the four colored circles in the top left corner. Once again, I wrote the title of the spread in curved shape just to go with the hemispherical cap of the mushrooms. In this spread, I drew 2 giant mushrooms only, which turned out quite astonishing if you ask me. I colored them in mild vermilion and mustard shades from my color palette. Moving on to my habit tracker for this month. Here I have drawn 6 equal rectangles with dimensions of 3 by 2.5 centimeters. I created short leafy vines around each rectangle to give them an alluring look. I also designed a pair of mushrooms in the top right corner of my spread, and alongside to them I wrote the title for my spread. I gave these mushrooms the same mild vermilion shade from my zebra mile liners. I've used my silicone calendar stamps instead of writing all the dates of the month 6 times in each rectangle. This saved my couple of minutes, and look how promising all of it turned out. Here, I'd like to add that if there's anything that you want to ask, whether it's a box size or about a spread that I just completed, you can find all of that information down below in the description box. But even if it's not there and you're wanting to know something, you can just send me a message in my comment section down below or in my DM on Instagram. I'll be happy to answer all of your queries. Just a little shading in the title of both spreads, and the entire look for my mood and habit tracker is here. Further ahead, I have my followers tracker for September 2024. This spread is created because I wanted to keep a rough track of my followers on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribers on YouTube I get in a month. So for that purpose, I drew 3 rectangles, each for the specific social media platform. First is for Instagram, then TikTok, and the last one is for YouTube. The dimensions of the rectangles is same, 14 by 4 centimeters. I made little logos of each platform to represent them and decorated my spreads with a bunch of green leafy vines, framed a cute little mushroom in the top left corner, and wrote the spread's title in curved shape in the middle, just like the cap of mushrooms. Sakura Pigma fine brush pen has such a sleek and slender brush tip that it gives very thin strokes, which leads to occupying a very small area for hand lettering, unlike Tombow dual brush pens. Although I haven't tried the Tombow Fudonowski brush pen tips, so maybe they have a sleek look unlike the dual brush pens. Then I have my go-to recipe spread. Actually, my husband is a big foodie and I like cooking for him, so I decided to jot down names of all the easy and quick recipes that he likes to kill the midnight cravings. This spread could help me take a quick sneak peek at the list instead of rushing over YouTube to find some recipe. And here comes the last spread for September 2024. I have named this spread as one line a day. And to create this spread, I made simple 2 boxes on each sheet with the dimensions of 12 by 7.5 centimeters. I designed a bunch of adorable little mushrooms, giving them a look of a field, and covered the empty spaces around them with yellow and green leaves and a couple of vines around the boxes. And then I used the mild vermilion and mild gold shade to stretch straight rows for each day of the month in both the boxes and numbered them to represent dates. For the title of this spread, I wrote the word 1 a little larger in size, used wooden stamps to write word line, and hand lettered the words a day alongside to it. So, on this note, the video comes to an end. I'm done with all of my spreads. I'm glad that I decided to do this theme in my journal. I want all of you to give it a try. I would love to see how yours look. I loved the color palette that I chose for this month. So, if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe my channel. See you guys in my next video. Till then, stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.